Well, many thanks for joining me for another Somerset Red review of me, Arvis. I've got here beer here. I've sort of been drinking supermarket beers at the moment, so they're all sort of cheapies, £1.50 a bottle. All the supermarkets, it's January, well it's coming towards the end of January now, all the supermarkets are trying to sell off all the beer from Christmas and New Year's, which is good for me, because I get a load of cheap stuff. But anyway, this is Banks's. Must admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Banks's. If I go into a pub and there's a Banks's pub and they've got a guest in, I would probably rather have the guest ale than this. But it's one of those beers that I can't remember whether I like it or not, so it may well be pretty good. But it's a 3.8% ABV in a 500ml brown bottle. I'll try and let you read all of that on the bottle if you can. Award-winning ales. I've seen the brewery, not been in it, but I've just been past it up in Wolverhampton, and it's pretty big. It's sort of one of those breweries where you think they can't taste every brew that goes on. So you know, quality-wise, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. Nice-looking bottle anyway. Let's see what happens. I'm blabbling on over a minute and I haven't even touched the beer. There's the crown. Banks is on the top there. I believe, little smudge and smoky there coming out. I believe there's something to do with that other large brewery, which name completely escapes me. Marston's, sorry, I believe, but I could be wrong. I just got a feeling, because a lot of their pubs, Marston's and Banks's, they seem to sort of stock the same range of beers. And Marston's is massive, you know, you've got all Witchwood and all those. I wonder if it's written on there. Oh yeah, it is, Marston's. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Marston's. Well, it is completely clear. It is a supermarket beer, perfectly clear. No sort of, I like a bit of sediment in a beer. It makes it look like it's really been crafted. You know, this has been fined out till it's probably lost all the flavour in it. It's amberish in colour. Slightly coppery, I suppose. Loads of carbonation on the base, loads of carbonation, or plenty of carbonation, all sorts of different sized bubbles fizzing up. I shouldn't slate a beer really before I even sniff it, but you just get you tend to get a feeling about some breweries. There's no head on there, just a few bubbles floating on top, a few hop oils on there. Let's get a nose in, shall we? It doesn't smell too bad, to be honest, but it's got that sort of cheapy, caramelly. It doesn't smell bad, it smells inviting, but if you weren't to know, it does smell a little cheap. I shouldn't slate it because it doesn't smell bad. It smells inviting. It smells pleasant. You just tend to get a feeling, and I've said that twice now, but you know, it's kind of like a ripey orangey. It's nice and fruity. You know, if I was reviewing this and it had a sort of microbrewery label stuck on it, I'd probably say it was quite nice. It is all a load of bullshit, really, to be honest, but it's just, I'd love to test these beers blind, and you probably, you know, probably wouldn't even know. I'd probably be like, oh yeah, this is great. But it actually smells quite nice. I'm not going to lie, it smells quite nice. I'm going to dig in. Cheers, everyone. Well, the taste isn't bad. It's very bland, but you do get a nice sort of bitter, dry finish. Sort of a little bit too carbonated for me. it's very, very boring. It's bloated me out already. The smell is better than the taste on this one. It's not one that I'd pour down the drain or anything like that. It's not horrendous. It's drinkable. It's definitely sessionable, but at 3.8%. But it's not really very flavoursome. Deep golden colour. Banks's Bitter is the outstanding example of classic English ale. No, it's not. A bitter that resonates with tangy and refreshing flavours that only Fuggles and Goldings, the classic twin masterpieces of the English hop growers' art, can deliver. www.banksesbeer.co.uk. I mean, it's not a bad beer, but I don't think it's a true representation of what British breweries can do. Well, it obviously is, but not true representation of how good British breweries can brew beer. Like I say, it's all right. I mean, it's average. It's an average beer. If it's cheap, like £1.50 a bottle, I'm quite happy. I paid £1.50 a bottle for that. I'm going to sit down and drink the rest of it, and you know, it's fine. It's 3.8%. You could have 5 or 6 of them on a session, and you wouldn't be disappointed. You'd be bloated, but than you would with a cheap macro lager. I think that's worthy of a 5 out of 10. It's an average beer. It's not horrendous. It's worth trying, I suppose. Anyway, I might try another good one in a minute. Thanks for watching. Love to see your comments in the comments box down there. Hopefully you'll join me again soon for another review. Cheers, everyone.